Welcome everyone to the Ajinomoto Stadium, otherwise known as the Tokyo Stadium. It's rather oversized for today's game. We are of course facing J2 League side Tokyo Verdy in today's Emperor Cup game. But before we get on with that, we do of course have a couple of league games to catch up on. So without further ado, let's hop into Football Manager 21 and crack on with today's episode. Okay, so before we hop into our game catch-up, there is one little transfer before the end of the window that I managed to squeeze out. Now, as you can see, Koki Otani has left for Jeff United. We're not even going to say the Chiba bit, it's just Jeff United. He went to Jeff United on a free transfer. If you don't remember who he was, well, he was our third choice goalkeeper. Not very good, 30 years of age. I believe he was 2, maybe 2.5 star. 2, maybe 2.5 star potential. He was never going to get into the team, quite frankly. Our current goalkeeper isn't the best, but he's got room to develop. This guy, at 30 years of age, just was never going to develop. He was going to be sitting as a fair choice. So we shipped him out, got the wage down, and he's on about what he was on at our club, I think, about 600 and odd. So he hasn't lost out. We've managed to get a little bit of wage off the wage budget, and thus we have about 10,000 left over going forward. He was only with us for a season, so I don't feel too bad about shipping him out. In fact, he didn't even play for us. He was a J2 League player. Did play a little bit, of course, there in the J1 League, but that team got relegated, so he can't have done that good in those 23 games. Otherwise, they would not have got relegated. Anyway, that was our one and only transfer news. Let's hop into the game catch-up. Okay, slight correction on what I said previous. We only had one league game, and this was it against Nagoya Grampus. A game we wasn't expected to do very much in. We fought valiantly, but unfortunately, as you can see, they dismantled us in the end. Got 3 goals. The way we played probably wasn't reflective of that, to be honest. As you can see, plenty of players were not playing particularly great, but we gave a good showing. We managed to go the whole first half without conceding. As you can see, they got an early one on the 47th minute, and that's when the floodgates opened. We tried to bounce back because we couldn't just take a loss, so we conceded on the 47th. That meant they got a second one on the 52nd. We made a few substitutes. They got one on the 65th, and it was a comfortable victory for them in the end. Probably what was expected. It was a little disheartening in the way it went, especially after that 0-0 going into half-time. But that was our first game, the one and only league game, as I will correct myself yet again. It is time to hop in and see how we got in the cup against Red Diamonds. Going into this one, we was already down a couple of players, and to make it worse, 8 minutes in, the one and only Miyazawa went and got himself sent off. As you saw though, they took a while to score. 76th minute. We fought valiantly to try and get a draw from this one. We dropped back. We managed to hold out for a little bit. Unfortunately though, being down to 10 men, we was punished eventually. As you can see though, a lot of players had solid games. Nakano, Komai, and Lopez Lucas, they were the players, and Arano, I guess, could have all done a bit better. Miyazawa, of course, very disappointing, him getting sent off so early on. We also had another player missing due to him not being able to play against his team. I can't remember his name exactly, it's the Komai backup. But on this side, Suga went and got himself suspended in the previous and thus could not play in this match. Although, Yanagi put up a good effort. So Yanagi, he is going to be pushing for that first team role going forward. As you can see, I went for more of a Christmas tree formation, a classic that I used to use back in the day. And both of these are actually playing as complete wingbacks. I used to use them as normal wingbacks, maybe even fullbacks back in the day when I used to do this. But these two are playing as complete wingbacks because they can do it. So they're going to be bombing on in this formation, although of course this one will be Suga when he returns to the lineup, which I believe is today. I can't guarantee that, but we will hop over to the team sheet and have a little look. Okay everyone, match day is almost upon us. We have a rather disappointing crowd of about 5,000 in this stadium, which holds roughly 50,000. I believe it's 49,970 to be more precise, but roughly 50,000 seater stadium. We have 10% of that. So it's going to be a rather empty stadium here today, little bit echoey. And well, our team for this, as you can see, we are going for the Christmas tree. I'm giving it yet another go. In goal is going to be Nakano, a backline of Suga, Havanir, Fukumori and Komai. I am actually retraining Suga and Komai to be more in that DL-DR role, that other than the wing-back and, yeah, wing-back positioning. And then our central midfield, we have a ball-winning midfielder of Kim Mi-tai, box-to-box midfielder of Arano, and our deep-line playmaker is going to be Fukai. Now, Fukai is in the lineup because, of course, that suspension to Miyazawa. Alongside, Song Krazin is also on international duty for Thailand. So that does mean the one and only legendary Ono is going to be starting. As you saw in the last game, he actually did a pretty good job. He got a bit tired though, being 10 men. He dropped into that DLP role and it shattered him out a little bit. He is 40 years of age, I believe. So yes, I don't begrudge him too much. Yep, 40 years of age. Anderson Lopez joins him in central attacking mid. And up front is Lucas. Lucas, we need to see a little bit more from him. If we don't see anything from him, Nakashima will be coming on for him like he did in the last game as well. Our bench consists of, though, Owaka, Yanagi, Tanaka, Kaneko, AK-47, Ogashiwa, and Nakashima. So, without further ado, let's head on over to the team sheet. Let's submit these players. As you can see, there's a few little issues. We're not going to go through them specifically. We're just going to simply go to the team sheet and try and win today's game. So, like I said, at the Tokyo Stadium, don't see anyone specifically in their team. So let's just head to the dressing room. It's time to put an end to our poor runner form. Go out there and make it count. Exactly. That had literally no impact. I may as well have been talking to the wall. Admittedly, my Japanese is terrible, so none of them might understand my English, and can't really begrudge them too much, can we? But we hope to get through this second round of the Cup. We are versing a team mid-table of the league below, so we should be getting past them. It's going to be rather disappointing if we don't manage to beat these. Havanir, though, will play from the back, gets it up to Shinji. Shinji gets over to Arazo. It's with Fukai. Fukai gets over to Komai. Komai got acres of space on this right-hand side. Can he do anything with it, though? Plays it back for Lopez. Maybe back to Fukai. He does. Fukai on this right-hand side, holding up the ball nicely. Back heels it to Komai. Now with Fukai. Fukai, lovely ball over top to Lucas. What a shot! Unfortunately, it careens off the bar. And Matthias Vindotto will collect the ball. Nakano, though, will start a secondary highlight here on the 5th minute, playing it short to Havanir. Havanir will get it up to Sugar. Now, will Sugar get a lovely ball over the top? No, it's intercepted by Taira. It's now in their possession. Lovely interception, though, by Fukumori. It's now with Anderson Lopez. Can he get a ball up to Lucas? Or maybe Arano. Arano's made a lovely run in the middle. Oh, it's over to Lucas once more, but he's just going to nod it into the waiting arms of the goalkeeper. And that will end that particular thing. Lopez will knock it down though. Fukai, lovely ball over top to Lucas. Yet again, we are getting opportunities. We need to make use of these though. It's nice to see that we're putting the pressure on the goalkeeper though. Arano gets it back to Shinji. It's now with Fukai. Komai, acres of space yet again on this right-hand side. Use it, my friend. Bomb down there and whip in a lovely cross. Perhaps pull it back for Lopez. Lopez has plenty of space alongside Fukai. Now, Arano, edge of the area. Pulls it back. Oh, Arano, keep your shot down, my friend. That was a beautiful attempt. Unfortunately, though, just wasn't on target. We have a corner, though. 10 minutes in, by the way. All of these highlights, and we are only 10 minutes into today's game. And Lucas has nodded it past the goalkeeper for his second of the season. We put the pressure on. We definitely put the pressure on in these first 10 minutes. But man, it's nice to see we finally got the goal. Nodded away, but Havanir nods it on for Lucas, who himself nods it past the goalkeeper. So, 1-0. Nice early goal for us to work with. As you can see, we've had 5 shots, 2 on target so far. Komai will throw it in from this right-hand side, though, and try and get us a second here on roughly the 22nd minute. Fukai, Lopez, Urano, acres of space, edge of the area. Oh, Lopez cannot divert it on target. And it whistles by the post. So, can we get a second one before half-time? That would be nice. Komai, on the right-hand side, trying to do just that. Plays it over to Fukai. Urano now. Lopez pulls it back for Urano. Oh, it's a terrible save by the goalkeeper. Almost pushing it into his own net, in fact. But instead it goes out for a corner. And I'm not sure what he was doing there off the pitch with the ball. It was like he didn't want to give us the ball for the corner. I don't know. He's lost the plot. Shinji, though, will play it over to Fukai. No, he won't, because he's offside. Ono is offside. And I really should just change it just to say Ono, but you know what? I like Shinji. Shinji is a little bit more difficult to say, admittedly, but Shinji is also a very nice name to work with. Still, the match statistics are as follows. Going into half-time, we've had 10 shots to their 5, 5 on target to their 1, 0.75 XG to a 0.33, 5 corners to 4, 8 fouls to 2, 1 yellow card, 0 yellow cards, 88% passing to 82, 55% possession to 45. Lucas, of course, getting the only goal on that 11th minute. As you can see, though, we have clearly been the better team throughout the entirety of that first half. I'm happy with performance. Keep it up, lads. I could ask for a little bit more out of you, Ono, though, with that 6.5. I am starting to say Ono about playing you right now. And Suga and Fukumori, I could do with a little bit more from you guys as well. But all in all, we've been putting the pressure on them for the entirety of that first half, so we can't be too disappointed. Sato, though, will play it back for Kato. It's now with Obisa, intercepted by Fukai. Lovely play. Lopez gets it back to Komai. Fukai. Oh, lovely ball up to Lucas. He's made a darting run 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Lovely save, though. And Wakasa will clear it away for a throw-in. Now, Ono on the left-hand side. Whips one in. It's nodded away, though. Can we collect it? We do. Urano in the centre circle. Can we build from this? Suga. Suga holds up the ball. Can he get a ball over to someone, though? He doesn't have anything. He's going alone, in fact, down this left-hand side. Whips it back into the middle. Fukai to Urano. Lopez. Oh, Lopez, what a beautiful effort. I was going to say he had the opportunity to pass it to Komai in acres of space on the right-hand side. Instead, he took it on his own, drilled it into the left-hand side. And let's have another look at that one. Nice early goal into the second half as well. Lovely effort. As you can see, first time, left foot, left-hand side of the goal. Goalkeeper had no chance. And we are 2-0 up. Fukumori, though, that was an awful attempt. If you're going to go forward for it, take the ball. Don't walk up, let it go past you, and then have to run back for it, because that's how you get yourself in trouble. Komai, though, is trying to make up for that mistake. It's cleared into the middle of the box. Luckily, they can't keep their header down. And we have escaped what was a messy situation, all created by Fukumori's little bit of an error. Now, we are into the 61st, 62nd-ish minute. There's nobody particularly tired other than our legendary player, Ono. So, Ono is going to be having a little bit of a breather. So, Ogashiwa will come on for him. Do we have anyone particularly underperforming? I guess Suga and Komai, but I aren't too fussed about their performances so far. I guess we could take Kim off just so he doesn't get sent off. Fukumori could go over there. And Kaneko. How would Kaneko fit into this role? 2-star. What about a box-to-box? Kaneko, how do you feel about being a box-to-box? 2-star on box-to-box as well. Kaneko's not much of a fan of box-to-box, is he? I think we just stick with this, you know? It's working. We don't particularly need to rest anyone for the time being. We'll give it till the 72nd-ish. Maybe see if anyone else is getting a little bit more tired. So now, let's have a little look. Komai is a little more tired. Lopez is a little more tired. And this is where we shall utilise a few substitutes now. So, Lucas, interesting. So, Komai, we can swap off like that. We can then Urano or Lopez. So the players we currently have are Kaneko. Kaneko, can you play in central? He can play in central. That's nice. Can you play as an attacking mid on support, perhaps? Yeah, that's not too bad. His vision's not going to be useful, but we can deal with him being a little bit blind for the remainder of the game. So that is our team. We do, of course, have the cup draw after this if we make it through. And considering it's 2-0, I'd say we're probably going to make it through. So we are going to progress through the rest of this game. We are going to, do it. We'll give it a go. Why not? 20 shots, by the way, so far. And it would help if I let the game play on. And that is it. 2-0. Comfortable victory, as you can see. All-round good performances. We had 20 shots to their 6. This was a rather dominating performance. 10 on target to their 1. 1.52 XG to a 0.45. 9 corners to 6. 13 fouls to 9. 1 yellow card, 0 yellow card. 89% passing to 80. 57% possession to 43. And of course goals from Lucas and Lopez. 2 players who, quite frankly, have been a little underwhelming, I would say, so far. I'm very happy with the result and the way you played, indeed. That was a nice result. That has got us through to the 3rd round of the Emperor's Cup. So we are going to click over here, and Nagasaki will of course be our next episode, but we have a cup draw to do. So I'm going to fast forward to that, and I'll see you fine folks there in just a second. Welcome everyone to the draw for the Emperor's Cup 3rd round. As you can see, there is 66 teams which will go into the hat. So there must have been a couple of draws in there for the 32 matches to be drawn. So without further ado, let's hop in. I'm not going to read through all these teams. We shall be here all day if I do. So let's quickly head on down to where we are drawn out. Of course, Sony is going to be in the first game, so that's nice for Sony. We are going to work our way down until we are drawn out of the hat. Are we going to be near the bottom? Probably. So we are... Yep, we are definitely going to be quite far down. As you can see, these are the remaining games. So we ain't getting pulse, which I guess is a good sign. How many top teams are left? We've got 1, 2 on this side. 1. Okay, 3 other teams to dodge. I'm going to keep an eye on that number. Okay. 2 teams left to dodge. 2 teams left to dodge. Okay. So 1 team left to dodge. We have to avoid Fukuoka, although I'm pretty sure they're actually technically worse than us, but it would be nice to dodge that team considering they are in our league. It'd be nice to get a JFL team or even a HF1 team. You know, get a nice easy game where we can just put our feet up, relax, maybe give a few players a run out. But instead, how did I see that coming? How? Instead, we'll get the team that I wanted to avoid. I knew it was going to happen just based off the fact that they were still stuck in there. And these other teams that are left. Why we couldn't get a Honda lock, I don't know. But we are away from home, so it's going to at least be entertaining on that front. I'm not sure if we're going to do it in an episode. I'm not sure whereabouts it falls in terms of the schedule. But of course, like I said in the previous segment, we are going to be coming back for Nagasaki in the next episode. That is, of course, as you can see, an LC game, which is the Levain Cup Group D. In fact, they have not... Oh, sorry. They have finally played a game in the Levain Cup. And Osaka has already played 4 games. Look at... This is all jumbled up. Good news is, though, we do only have to avoid finishing bottom of the group to get out of this and to get into the knockout stage, which I believe is our minimum expectation from the board. So, yeah, I think we should be able to manage that. We are, of course, like I said, versing Nagasaki in the next episode. So, I thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.